Hello and welcome back. In this video, we will learn about prototyping in JavaScript. So open the text editor and let's create another folder with the name of modern features. And here we have this, and let's create a new file with the name of prototype.js. Let's copy this whole code and paste it here and change this code a little bit. Let's say I have this var, and let's cut this, and simply I am just using function here and using name, age, salary. That's fine. And here I will copied this, so I will simply use this dot name is equal to name, this dot age is equal to age, this dot salary is equal to salary, and let's create this dot get employee info, and here I am using function and simply using console.log. I'm using backtick and writing employee name is this dot name. Let's end it with semicolon and let's remove this. Now let's copy this line and paste it here. Now let's change it to age, let's change it to salary and simply use age and salary here, and let's remove it. So we have this object, and we have function where we will pass name, age and salary, and this dot name mean basically we are using name is equal to name. This name is basically referring to this name, and this is variable. So I am using this dot name is equal to name. This name is basically this name, and this is basically a object property. So which name I will pass to the function, this will assign to this name, and here I'm using this name. So now let's take a variable with the name of emp1, and if I simply use employee here and pass Ali 25 and let's say 30,000, let's end it with semicolon, and if I simply use console.log and call imp1, you will see the output. So let's come back to this practice folder, and now let's go to 07 modern features and simply run node 01 prototype.js, and you can see it's showing us undefined. So basically we can create a object instance by using new keyword. Now if I save it and rerun the code, you can see it. We have employee name, age, salary, and we have this get employee info. So let's comment it and use imp1 dot get employee info. Let's save it and rerun the code, and you can see employee name is Ali, employee name is 25, employee salary is 30,000. You can create another instance. Let's say this time it's Kashif and age is 35 and salary is 70. So let's use imp2 this time. Let's save it and rerun the code, and you can see this. Now, what is mean by prototyping? Basically, you can use prototype to inject another methods. Let's say if I access imp2 dot get first name and use semicolon, let's comment it and save it and simply rerun the code, and you will see it's showing us imp2 get first name is not a function. So we can basically inject external functions using prototype. So we can use employee dot prototype dot get first name, and here we can use any function. Let's say I'm writing your name is, let's change it to simply name. Your name is this dot name. Let's end it with semicolon. And now if I save it and simply rerun the code, you will see your name is Kashif, because we have injected this function get name by using prototype. So you can define another method as well. So it's an assignment for you to add more method using prototype. So I hope it makes sense. So keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Hello and welcome back. In this video, we will learn how we can deal our JavaScript code in a better way. So let's open a text editor, and this is our previous file. Let's copy it and make a new file here, and let's name it 03 bettercode.js and simply paste it. Let's save it, and now if I simply run, let's say let's go to this 07 modern features, and now if I simply run node 03 better-code.js, you can see it's showing your name is Kashif. That's fine, but what if I change this age to like this, and if I simply rerun this code, you can see it's showing us your name is Kashif. But if I here we are accessing this get name, let's use this get employee info. So simply I am using this. Let's save it and let's comment it. Now let's save it and run it, and you can see employee name is Kashif, employee age is undefined. Now it's looks like a very ugly program because it's showing undefined, and users simply don't know what is undefined. So how we can deal with these type of errors? So we can run our code conditionally. So let's say let's create a new let's say we have this get name variable. So instead of using get employee info, let's take this example, get name, and if I run it, you can see your name is Kashif. Now let's change it to this, and let's rerun it, and you can see it's showing us your name is undefined. Now let's open a browser, and here we have this practice folder, and in this modern features we have this object part 2. We have this 0 bettercode.js. I'm really sorry, we don't need to run this file. Simply open a text browser and simply right click and go to inspect, and let's say where course, and let's say this is an object, and here we are defining mastering JavaScript. That's fine. And if I hit enter, you can see it's undefined. But if I simply write course and hit enter, you can see it's showing us name, and then we have this prototype, and in prototype we have a lot of methods. We have constructor, we have has on property, we have is prototype of, and so on, so on. And we have another prototype. Basically it's a sub proto. So basically we can access direct using our object. So let's come to the now we are going to use this has on property. So what is the purpose of this has on property? So let's use course dot has on property, and it will tell us either it has specific property or not. Let's say if I simply ask have any age property, and if I hit enter, it will give us false. And if I simply type name here, it will give us true result. So let's use this has on property in our code. So here we can do some conditional programming. While calling this get name message, we can simply write if imp2 dot has on property, and simply I will pass name, then I run this code. Now if I save it and simply rerun the code, you can see it's showing us a error. Okay, fine, no problem. I have a spelling mistake. It's a property. Let's save it and simply rerun the code. And if I hit enter, you can see nothing happened. But if I make this correction, save it and rerun the code, so this code will run. So let's run this code, and you can see it's showing us your name is Kashif. So in this way we can write our conditional program and increase our program performance. So I hope you have clear understanding of what's going on. So keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Hello and welcome back. In this video, we will learn about self-executing anonymous function. So let's open our text editor and simply create a new file with the name of self-executing anonymous function.js. And let's create one function with the name of, let's say, greeting. And let's use console.log hello my there. Let's use another console.log and write have a nice day. And simply I will run it by calling this greeting and round bracket and semicolon, and simply I will change this name to 4 dash, let's change it to 04 dash. Now let's save it and simply run 04 self-executing anonymous function and remove this code and hit enter. And you can see it showing us hello my dear, have a nice day. Now this is a normal function, and we need to call this function by this statement. So our video is about self-executing anonymous function. So what's about this? So self-executing anonymous function mean a function which will self-execute, and anonymous mean there will be no name of this function. So let's understand how you can create this. So we need to wrap this whole function into a round bracket. That's fine. Now we don't need this name. Also, we don't need this name. And let's remove this space. Now let's save it and simply rerun this code, and you can see it showing us, hello my dear, have a nice day. So basically we are not calling this function. There is a no name of this function. It's a self-executing anonymous function. So this is a very simple video. I hope it makes sense. So keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Hello and welcome back. In this video we will learn about template literals. So template literal provides an easy way to interpolate variables and expression into a strings. So let's open a text editor and let's create a new file with the name of 05-template literals.js. And let's say I have a variable with the name of name, and let's change it to message, and let's use its, let's say I'm using single quotes here, and here I'm using it's Mahmood's birthday. Let's end it with semicolon, and let's use console.log, and simply I will call this message. So it will throw an error. Let's run it. Let's change it to 5 and simply remove it to template literals.js and hit enter, and you can see it showing us an error. Now if I change it to double quotes, that's fine for now. Let's rerun this code, and you can see it's showing us it's Mahmood's birthday. But with what if I want to use double quotes here instead of single quotes? So it's again through an error. Let's rerun the code, and you can see this. So I need to change it to like this. I'm telling to the compiler I want to use this double quotes. So if I run this code, we can see this, it's Mahmood's birthday. But we have a better way to use these strings. So instead of using single quote or double quotes, let's use backtick. Simply change it to backtick, and let's use backtick here. And now there is no need to use this. Now simply if I rerun this code, you can see it's Mahmood's birthday. Let's change it to single quotes, and it's showing it's Mahmood's birthday. That's fine for me. And now what if I expand this little more? Let's take another variable with the name of, let's say, Mahmood, and instead of using it's Mahmood's birthday, let's use here dollar sign and use name. That's fine for me. Now let's save it, and simply if I rerun this code, you will see it will show as the normal output. Let's save it and simply rerun this code, and you can see it showing us it's Mahmood's birthday. So you can use string interpolation with this backticks and improve your code performance. Now we have a few more methods. Suppose you want to check what is the character at 0 position. So we have a function character at and simply give here position. Let's say if I want to check on zero position, so I will pass 0 and simply rerun this code, and it will tell me I. Simply if I change it to 1, it will give me T. Now we have also a few more function. Let's say I have another function, console.log message.ends with, and it will check either this string is ending with specific character or specific word or not. Let's say I want to check either this string is ending with Y. Let's save it and simply rerun this code, and it will give me true or false. So it's showing us true. And if I change this to question mark and simply rerun this code, and it will give me false. We have another function with the name of console.log. Basically it's a pre-built function, console.log, to print anything. We have function includes, and it will tell us either specific string is includes in the string or not. So let's say I am using birth, so let's end it with semicolon and simply rerun this code, and it's showing me true because birth is included in this string. So there are a lot of other functions too. You can use them, you can explore them by searching on internet. So keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Hello and welcome back. In this video we will learn about what is map in JavaScript. So a map is a key value pair. So you can store key value pair in maps. It's similar to array, but we can store key value pair. So let's open a text editor and simply create a new file with the name of 06.06-maps.js. That's fine. Now let's take a variable and simply let's use fruits and equal to, then we have a new keyword, and after that we have this map. And after that we have function fruits dot set, and simply here we can pass key value. Let's say 1, and I'm using banana. Let's copy it, paste it here, here, and here. That's fine for me. Now change it to 2, change it to 3, 4, 5, and change these values: apple, orange, grapes, cherry. And let's print these values. Let's simply use console.log, and here I will simply use fruits. That's fine. Let's end it with semicolon and simply run this code. Now change this to node 06-maps.js and hit enter. And here we have these values: banana, apple, orange. Now we can simply change it to, let's say if I want to change this to first item and simply rerun this code, you can see it showing us first item. So simply we can use banana is yellow, color yellow, and apple is red, it's an orange, color is orange, grapes color is green, and its color is dark purple. Let's save it, and if I rerun this code, you can see our key value pair. Now we can use our for off loop to print all these values. So let's comment it. We can we simply use console.log. So let's understand how we can use for off loop to print these values. So simply take a for, and here we have this. Let's say I want to print key of, and then we have this fruits dot keys. That's fine, it's a function, and after that simply print console.log, and here I will simply use, let's use backtick. Key is key. Let's end it with semicolon, save it, and simply rerun this code, and you can see key is yellow, key is red, key is orange, and that's fine. Now if I want to print the values of these value of this map, so simply change it to a value. You can give any name, so give a similar name, relevant name, and here we have values, and simply use value here. And if I rerun this code, you will see it showing key is yellow. Let's change it to value is, let's save it and simply rerun this code, and it's showing key is yellow for this, and after that value is banana, and so on. We can simply print both key and value in a single for off loop. So let's use for, and after that let's take a variable and simply use array here, key comma value, and after that simply use off, and then use fruits, and that's fine. After that simply use console.log, and here use backtick, and here simply use key and value. That's fine. Let's end it with semicolon and simply rerun this code, and you can see it's showing us yellow banana. Let's use colon here. Let's save it and simply rerun this code, and you can see yellow banana, red apple, orange green grapes, red dark purple cherry. Now we can use for each loop as well, but it will only print values. Let's use fruits dot for each, and here we will simply pass value, and after that simply we will use arrow function, and after that we will use console.log, and here I will use value. Let's end it with semicolon, and let's run this code, and you can see it's showing banana, apple, orange, grapes, and it and for each only will use to print the values. But if you want to print both keys and values, you can use for off loops like this. So I hope it makes sense. So keep learning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Hello and welcome back. In this video we will learn about destructuring data in JavaScript. So open a text editor, and let's create a new file with the name of 07-destructure data.js. Suppose we have a variable with the name of employee, and in employee we have basically array, and here I have Ali, and after that I have its role graphic designer, and then I have its salary, let's say 50,000. Now keep in mind, when we are doing destructuring, when we are working with destructuring, one thing is very important to remember here. We need to same type of data on left hand side and on right hand side. This is a simple employee array, and I will simply use employee dot employee, and on at a 0 place I will simply call it. Okay, let's change it to 07 dash modern features, and then simply run node 07 dash d structure data.js, and here we have this ali, and we can access it like this as well. Let's say I have name variable, and here I will simply use employee, and after that I will use 0. That's fine. Let's copy it and paste it here and here. Let's change it to 1 and change it to 2, and here we have salary, and here we have position. And now instead of accessing via its array index, we can simply use a name here, and if I simply rerun the code, you can see Ali, and if I change it to position, you will see graphic designer. Okay, that's fine, but but it's very difficult to define variables if we have long array. So what is the solution of this? So we can use destructuring feature. So we can use var, and here we have this array type, and here I will simply use name, position, and then salary, and I will simply assign it this employee. That's fine for me. And if I comment it and use this console.log, again you will see it's showing us a graphic designing. So we have 3 values, 1, 2, 3 on left hand side, and we have employee array on right hand side, which has 3 values, 1, 2, 3. So a similar type and similar number of values. And you can also destructuring with object. Let's consider another example. Let's comment it, and let's say I have variable with the name of another employee, and it has object, and here I have Kashif, and position is developer, and then salary is, let's say, 80,000. That's fine. Let's save it. Now how we can access it? We can access it console.log, and then another employee dot name, position, and so on. Let's end it with semicolon and rerun this code, and you can see Kashif. Now we can do this destructuring with this object also. Let's take another variable with the name of, let's say, we don't need to name it, we simply use object, and simply I will use name, and then I will use position comma salary. That's fine, and assign this another employee object, another employee. That's fine. So on left hand side we have 3 values, and data type is object, and on right hand side we have object which has 3 values. Now let's comment it, and if I use another dot, now we can access it directly. Let's say name. Let's save it and refresh the code, and it's showing name is not defined. Let's uncomment it and rerun the code, and you can see it's showing Kashif. Let's change it to position. Let's save it and rerun the code. And it's showing us developer. So we can use destructuring with object as well as arrays. So I hope it makes sense. Okay, planning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video.